It's a regular Tuesday. No fireworks, no celebration, no dramatic music playing in the background. You're at your kitchen table with a cup of coffee, laptop open, you log into your bank account, and there it is. Your mortgage balance, $0. You stare at it for a second, refresh the page, still zero. For years, decades maybe, that number was always there. $287,000, $214,000, $96,000, $18,400. And now, zero. No confetti falls from the ceiling, no one knocks on the door to congratulate you. But something shifts inside. It's quiet, subtle. You take a deep breath, and for the first time in a long time, your house feels different. It doesn't feel rented from the bank anymore. It feels yours. That's the moment people don't talk about enough. Because paying off your house doesn't just change your finances, it changes your psychology, your risk tolerance, your stress level, your identity. Today, let's talk about why everything changes after paying off your house. 1. Your monthly life shrinks overnight. For most people, the mortgage is the biggest monthly expense. It's the anchor, the fixed cost that dictates how much income you must generate just to survive. When that disappears, your required monthly income drops dramatically. Let's say your mortgage was $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 per year after tax. You no longer need to earn that just to stay afloat. Your survival number shrinks. And when your survival number shrinks, pressure shrinks. You don't need as much to live, and that changes how you move through the world. 2. Your stress level drops even if you don't notice immediately. There's a background hum that comes with debt. It's quiet, but constant. It sounds like, what if something goes wrong? What if I lose my job? What if rates go up? Even if you're financially stable, that obligation sits in the back of your mind. When it's gone, you don't hear the silence at first, but it's there, a different kind of peace. You sleep slightly better. You argue slightly less about money. You feel slightly lighter. And those small shifts compound. 3. You gain career freedom. This is where it gets interesting. When your housing cost disappears, you unlock options. You could take a lower-paying job you enjoy more, start a business, work part-time, retire earlier, say no to toxic environments. Your house no longer chains you to a paycheck, and that freedom changes your confidence. You negotiate differently when you don't need the job. You explore differently when survival isn't at risk. The mortgage is often the golden handcuff. Remove it and your flexibility expands. 4. Market downturns feel less scary. When you have a mortgage, economic downturns feel personal. If home prices dip, you worry about equity. If rates rise, you worry about refinancing. If income drops, you worry about making payments. When the house is paid off, it's shelter first, asset second. You're not worried about monthly obligations. You're not forced to sell. You're not fragile. That resilience changes how you view risk. 5. Your risk tolerance shifts. This surprises many people. After paying off their house, some become more conservative, others become more aggressive. Why? Because their foundation is solid. If shelter is secured, you may feel comfortable investing more boldly elsewhere, or you may simply value stability more deeply. Either way, decisions feel intentional, not reactive. Your base is covered, and a covered base creates clarity. 6. Your identity changes. This part is subtle. For years, you were paying off the house. It was a long-term mission, a financial mountain to climb. Now, it's done. You're not a borrower anymore. You're an owner. That psychological shift matters. Ownership feels different. It builds pride. It builds grounding. It builds permanence. There's something deeply human about owning the roof over your head outright. 7. Your retirement timeline gets clearer. One of the biggest retirement expenses is housing. Remove that, and the math changes dramatically. If your annual expenses drop by $24,000, you need far less invested to retire comfortably. Financial independence becomes closer than it looked before, sometimes years closer. And that realization is powerful because retirement stops feeling like a distant dream. It starts feeling tangible. 8. You experience true baseline security. Security isn't flashy. It's not a luxury car. It's not a big vacation. It's knowing that no matter what happens, you have a place to live. No bank can take it unless you fail to pay property taxes. That baseline security rewires your nervous system. You move differently when shelter is permanent. It's hard to explain, but people who reach that point feel it instantly. 9. You redefine what wealth means. When you're deep in mortgage payments, wealth often looks like higher income, bigger house, faster payoff. But after the house is paid off, wealth feels like freedom, peace, control, time. Your definition matures. It becomes less about expansion and more about protection, less about showing and more about sustaining. 10. You realize it was never just about the money. Paying off your house isn't just a financial milestone, it's a life milestone. It represents consistency, discipline, sacrifice, long-term thinking. It's proof that you can commit to something big and finish it. That confidence spills into other areas of life. But is paying off a house always the best move? Here's where nuance matters. Mathematically, you might earn higher returns investing instead of paying off a low-interest mortgage. That's true in some cases. But money isn't purely math. It's emotion, it's risk tolerance, it's peace of mind. Some people sleep better with no mortgage. Some prefer leveraging low rates and investing the difference. There's no universal answer, but there is a universal truth. Owning your house outright changes how you feel about life, and that feeling has value. The quiet after the storm. Think about it this way. For 20 to 30 years, you were climbing, month after month, payment after payment. Then one day, the climb stops. You're standing on the plateau, and there's no more uphill. That quiet plateau, that's where everything changes. Final reflection. When you pay off your house, nothing explodes. There's no parade, no viral announcement. But internally, something clicks. Your required income shrinks, your fear softens, your options expand, your foundation strengthens. It's not about the building, it's about the freedom. Because when your shelter is secured, you stop worrying about survival and you start thinking about how you actually want to live. And that shift changes everything.